and do things.
I hit the live button.
Cool.
Well, now we're
Great.
gonna stop being funny because
Yeah, now after you guys get done talking about all the great stuff, you're like, I'm sitting here cleaning out my YouTube feed, and you guys are just over here having a good time without me.
Well, we're just discussing the various hair products. Right now, I'm using a hairspray. It's pretty nice, but I'm messing around with some like I don't know what you call it, like pomade type stuff. That's interesting. I like it because it doesn't leave a smell. It's not as sticky as because hairspray can be.
Are you sure you don't have a girlfriend?
I'm incredibly confident that I don't have a girlfriend.
Are you 100% sure that are you pursuing a woman or man to touch your penis besides yourself?
I mean,
and that the platypus
in the general sense, yes, I'm always looking for the next person who wants to, or indeed the first person who ever wants to touch my penis, but I'm not actively pursuing any one individual.
That actually wasn't a donut pillow when you first bought it.
But now it's cream filled.
Oh God, that's a disgusting pillow. I used to like that pillow. All right,
I used to like it, but now it's a whore, and I can't stand it.
Yeah, you had that pillow before I did, so now I can't sleep with it. Fucking asshole.
It's like it is like an asshole. It's round as a hole. Yeah. No, we're not judging.
All right, you guys ready to do? Really, we only have one current event story. Do you guys? Did you guys have things happen during the week?
Well, I mean, I had stuff that I imposed that would be kind of interesting to talk about. The chick who wants to do away with most of the male population, leaving between 1 and 10% of the male population of the world left.
I'm okay with that.
Her belief is that it will prevent wars.
We should probably talk about it on the show then.
Yeah.
Well, we are. Joe would just fucking introduce the show.
Why aren't you putting under current events? Now how am I supposed to know what you're talking about?
I don't know.
He could describe it to you.
I was too busy watching the Apple keynote speech to put shit anywhere else on the internet.
What's with all these people sending me Snapchats of them like eating lunch and shit?
Well, it's better than Snapchats of people's like dicks and things.
No, I don't get that, but I get like fucking Ganymede's like fucking eating his lunch and Brady who's got a picture of his computer monitor for some reason. I don't know.
All right, let's start this. Let's start the show. You guys ready?
Just cool enough on Snapchat if you want to send me pictures of ladies or whatever. Or your dogs. Dogs would be cool.
Your bitches. Send pictures of your bitches to Eric. We mean dogs. All right, here we go. Like gone in 60 seconds.
It's not even time. The show doesn't even start for another 2 minutes. This is the problem.
I know. He's throwing Joe off because he texted me 10 minutes earlier. He was like, "Are you gonna be there?" I'm like, "I'm sitting right here in front of my computer."
I didn't know how excited you were to be on the show. All right, okay, let's do this.
No, prematurely starting the show, Joe.
I specialize in premature ejaculation. That's what it is. I'm not good at the sex. Hello, Internet! I'm Joe.
I'm Eric.
And I'm making my character sheet.
And you're listening to Just Cool Enough, and I wasted a bit of money on this Icons of the Realm Tyranny of the Dragon minis for Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know why. I decided to splurge.
You play Dungeons and Dragons online, and now you're buying the figurines. Would you just rub them all over your dick while you play on Roll20?
I was for a couple of weeks there. I was going to a local game shop to play, and that was fun until the kid with it. I didn't go this week, and I don't think I'll go back. But I bought this when I was there last week, and I thought it's kind of interesting.
Did you make a joke about somebody's dead mom?
No, it came with a couple of figures. Came with these two really tiny ones.
I don't care about the figures.
Really
why did you stop going?
Weight that was cool, but my favorite. It comes with like one really important one, and it got this ogre magi, which is pretty interesting. I was hoping for a dragon.
Did you make an inappropriate comment towards the owner and the owner's daughter or something of this
No.
venue that you were gaming at? What happened? Why are you no longer going to your thing?
Okay, I'll tell you the story. So I will kill time since we have nothing else to talk about. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for like 7 or 8 months.
Nerd.
Mostly over Roll20, over the internet, and I hadn't played any physical actual games. So I looked it up, and there's a video game / board game / traditional gaming shop not that far from me, about 20 minutes, 15 if there's no traffic. So I figured, yeah, I'll go. And they do Dungeons and Dragons as part of, because Dungeons and Dragons does like a weekly game where they try and have everybody at the game shops playing the same campaign, and it's a big thing. And it's interesting. So I decided to go, and I went for 3 weeks. First week was a lot of fun, a lot of really great players. Second week, some of them returned, some really great players. The problem is there's this one kid who is super Asperger's kid. I don't. He just like he's. It's not just that he clearly has Asperger's. That is the problem. It's that he's just so like abrasive. He's always like bossing and kind of yelling at people, and like the second week, this one guy who was there the first week and had a fun time and he seemed pretty cool brought his wife and then a married couple that are friends with them who played a little bit to play, and they seemed to be like they were pretty cool people, and that we were both playing with them. But like the one wife rolled a druid who didn't have any healing spells, and he's like, ugh, you rolled a druid without any healing spells. That's really like he's super like min-maxy and like fucking he's like critiquing people, and he just like like he's always like the.
Are you sure he's not just an engineer of some sort?
No, it's just he's and then like.
Is it like a mild case of Asperger's? Why do you say Asperger's?
I mean, he's definitely on the spectrum. He's definitely got Asperger's. It's clear.
Maybe he's like an idiot savant. Maybe he's like a genius at min-maxing, and he's just trying to look out for the group. It's the group integrity he cares about. Plus, who rolls the druid without healing spells?
I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. You roll whatever you want. There were 8 of us. Nothing was a problem. When you're playing a Dungeons and Dragons game with 8 player characters, nothing's hard. So it was fine. But he was just like one of the wives who was sitting next to me. She had a ranger, and she was doing really well. Great rolls. The only time she rolled like a natural 1 was when like she was talking with the GM about the possibilities, and just roll, and like she rolled and got like a fucking natural run. She's like, the only time I fucking rolled bad is when he's fucking yelling at me, and it just so like third week rolls by, I show up. It's me, this new guy who seemed kind of cool, and the Asperger's guy. That's our group. Just the 3 of us.
Okay, so like, have you tried talking to Asperger's?
I mean, it just wasn't. I played through the game, and it was like I didn't like dealing with the GM too. He's fine. I don't think he's kind of new to GMing and stuff, and he made some decisions on the second week that I thought were kind of annoying, but it was fine. But like, I just was like, I'm not having fun that much. I'm paying $5 a week to be here, and I don't want to pay another $5 to play with that kid again. I just can't do it. I don't want to. So I just didn't. I just stopped showing up. But I made sure because I saved because you get like because you pay $5, but they give you $5 in store credit. So I used my collective $15 in store credit to get all these minis. Because I figured, I might as well spend it because I don't know how it.
So he would rather have a bunch of plastic things. There's a good chance he'll never use.
They came pre-painted. I mean, look at how well this is painted. This is pretty cool, right?
That's isn't it?
It says Ogre Magi, but it's blue, so it could probably cover a drow. But I mean, this I've got a wraith as well.
I like the fact that Eric went out into public, experimented with humanity. Is like, I don't really think it's all that cracked up, when people say, I'm going to go back in my room and play with these plastic toys.
Yeah. And then also, like, another thing was, like, my D&D game, which fell apart, which was par for the course, right? I decided to try and experiment in the real world, which failed miserably. I'm not going to try leaving my house again.
Nothing ever in the real world is as good as it is online.
Yeah, so the D&D game is starting back up again. My DM from that starting a 5th edition game. I'm kind of excited for, and Ike is gonna be joining us, so it should be kind of fun. I think I'm excited for that. So it's like,
he thinks till I run into the ground by min-maxing.
yeah. No, I don't give a shit because I know you well enough. You're not going to be sitting there the entire time, like, fidgeting, pulling on your shirt. Like, I was like, wow, he's wearing a V-neck. And then I realized he's not wearing a V-neck. He's constantly pulling on his shirt so much and, like sticking his hands in his shirt.
This is what I would do. If I were you, since you think that you're going to be a pretty good GM one day, I think you've been training in a hyperbolic GM training facility.
Actually, I went to the Cloud Kingdom, and Mr. Popo put me in the GM where you get a year's worth of GMing in just a day.
Yeah,
so he gave me some senzu beans, and it was good. No, I mean,
at first it was so hard for Eric to get up, but then eventually he was.
Because the gravity was set to 1.5% GM gravity, so I could really train. And then, like, Vegeta was always like, Kakarot, I would be the better GM. I'm a prince.
What are you playing in this D&D game that we're playing anyway, buddy?
Huh?
What race, class? Are you still playing a dwarf?
No. You guys can make your own fucking podcast about your boring-ass game. Okay.
No, I told his GM I was going to ask him that because he was asking me on Roll20.
So wait, you're just using the show as a fucking project manager?
No, when you bring more stories to the table, you can talk more. But right now, this is show.
I'm going to tell Eric how to solve the situation.
No, I want to answer Ike. So I wasn't sure. Depends on what the class makeup. Like, I either want to play a half-elf bard or a half-orc barbarian. I wasn't. I wasn't sure which one would fit best because I know you've got a sorcerer, and I think the one guy Kurt's going to be playing his druid again. So I wasn't sure what we would need as a party.
You guys don't understand. If I'm not playing the game, I don't want to hear about it. All right.
So you're talking about fucking Pokemon with Eric for like a half hour. Like, that's not all interesting to me because I have no idea.
Your problem. You can voice your concern whenever you want. I have a loud mouth. I'm also a dick. I don't want to hear about it.
No one said we weren't hypocrites here.
I know. Mike, what do you think this is? Like all right, now.
I do believe when you guys asked me to join the show, it says on the banner we talk about stuff we like.
Yeah. Stuff we like.
Yeah.
Joe and we, what you're stressing?
And by we, I mean me. I spelled.
It was
actually
down.
Yeah. It was it's a typo. Joe told me to type that up. Stuff me like, but because of my reading disability, I typed we, and I just never catch it. Like I read it and I think that says me, and then like I come back years later, I'm like, oh, I fucked that up. That happens with me with Twitter. I do that all the time. Like if I have a spelling mistake in a tweet and I catch it within like 30 seconds, I'll just like delete it. And repost it. But if it's been like an hour, I'm like, fuck, now that tweet, I can't have that tweet, so I'll just delete it forever. And I'm like, great, now that tweet's gone forever.
I think I've went back to look at tweets that you've deleted. It made me sad. Eric, this is how you need to deal with your situation with Asperger, kid. Be quiet around him, first of all. No, you need to be a GM, and then when he comes to join your game, you just need to kill off his character. Like, and then he's not around anymore.
He'll just roll. I watched him the first day how quickly because they handed us, like, I came in with I mentioned on the show, I pre-made mine and I was ready to go, but he just like got a sheet and fucking filled it in, and he filled it in with like immaculate handwriting in pencil and was just like it was like fucking like a human printer, and he was just so good.
That's gotta be the worst. Like, I feel like the people with Asperger's tend to have like superpowers. And in one specific area, like my roommate in college was super awesome with computers, socially inept, but awesome with any kind of computers. I'm pretty sure he never slept and he was a robot, to be honest.
He's a savant.
But like computer geek, awesome. D&D character sheet, not really so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably a really cool dude. It's just, I was like, this isn't fun anymore. And I'd rather go play with Stig because I know Stig's a really awesome GM because I've been playing with him for a while.
That's your main dude on Roll20?
Yeah, he's one of the guys that was GMing. He GM'd the main campaign. I really enjoy him. And the GM there is like he's kind of new to it, a bit inflexible, kind of like railroads a little bit. I mean, it wasn't all one thing. It was a combination of several different elements.
I still think you should be a GM and then go try it. I think you would be.
I actually even
GMing.
I actually
in real life.
I actually did. I saw because the first week there were 3 games going, and the second week as well, and they were all full with 8 people, and they posted on Facebook or something. Hey, we're looking for GM. So I actually did emails I'll GM if you guys want. I didn't hear back, and I think that from what I saw last week, there are less and less people showing up because that's just kind of how the things tend to go with these campaigns. But yeah, I actually I emailed saying I'd do it. I probably won't now because.
Does anybody do they do the voices in real life?
You're encouraged. It's not expected. I mean, this guy, the guy we were doing it, he seemed pretty new to it, so he didn't do it.
I tried, but when I played PC, but then Joe just laughed at me and Sarah laughed at me. It made me very self-conscious.
That's how I was when the one time I GM'd in real life. I had a couple of friends from my sketch team. I was like, let's play. You wanted to play? I got the starter kit, and we went to one of their houses, and I immediately I was like, you come they capture this goblin, and I'm like the goblin's all oh, no kill, and they fucking just start laughing at me and fucking nerd. What the? And I powered through it, and kept, but I didn't go full, but instead of I'm a goblin, I just went I'm a goblin, I just so that toned it back significantly.
Yeah, you don't want to scare them.
So the few actual friends I have in real life wouldn't just shun me forever.
Dude, that was cool. Even when Sarah and I got done talking about it, we were like, oh, that was cool when Eric was doing the voices, and we didn't mention anything about you, Ike. But
yeah, I know, because I stopped, and that's why the second game I didn't even bother to do it either.
Why didn't you do the voices? I would have done a voice.
It's I don't know how many audiobooks you listen to, but I tend to listen here now and again, and I enjoy the books more where it's the audio guy who's has 80 million voices, even if the female voices sound terrible.
Like a dude, even if it sounds like a tranny that hasn't had any voice work done, it's still all right.
Yeah, I'll give you a $5 if you want. You're like, yeah, okay, I'll totally believe that. I'll get into this.
That's not an Adam's apple. I just have something stuck in my throat.
That's what the guy Chris Perkins, who's one of the head guys at Dungeons and Dragons, who does all the Penny Arcade stuff. He does voices, but it's funny. He'll do the weirdest. He's he's a halfling thief, and he's like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" It's just, he picks they're hilarious choices that he picks for his voices. But yeah, I don't know if they're canon voices or not, but it works.
You totally did. You were doing voices for Dave and Paul or whatever.
No, Dave and it was, I forget what it was, but you murdered them. I've got one. I can't wait for us to play because there was that whole thing about Amanda's backstory that I wasn't sure on, and I actually talked to some people on Reddit, so I made some stuff up that could be in the next session if we get another session going.
We gotta do that.
You might meet somebody interesting to Amanda's backstory.
I'm gonna roleplay somebody with Asperger's.
Yeah.
Pulling down my shirt
from your asshole character already. You there, you look evil. I'm just gonna stab you anyway.
We already explained that I am better at the game than you, Ike. Don't worry. Now you're an evil character because you don't want to play the guy. I thought you.
No, I might now. Now that I can take out all of my D&D anger and aggression in the other game I'm playing, maybe I'll just stay with my really good healer guy.
Okay, I don't. We're the only people that are in on this joke. Let's talk about something else.
No, you brought it up last time.
No, I'm done.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we won't continue. But you can go back and listen to our last show. And nobody ever emails us either, probably because nobody listens.
Probably because we never plug the email.
We do on a weekly basis. I make sure it gets plugged in there somewhere.
Well,
wait, what?
Don't listen to me.
We have an email address? What is it?
This email address is our email address. It's theshow@justcoolenough.com. If you want us to talk about something that isn't our own narcissistic life, you're
listening to the wrong show.
Yeah.
Then you need to check yourself and listen to something more appropriate to your listening habits. But if you want us to talk about our own lives and relating it to your email, you can send email to theshow@justcoolenough.com. Again, that email is theshow@justcoolenough.com. We like your emails, and we haven't got one for a long time. So, God damn it, listeners! I know we got regulars out there. We need the regulars to step up. All right, the non-regulars, the people that just download the show and like, what is this shit? They don't email. We need some regulars. Calling on regulars. Give us your emails. This is a red alert. Is there? I don't know if there's like a sound effect or something we could use, like SOS, like. Send us your emails. Review us on iTunes. Do your thing. Okay, anyway.
So, Joe, why the fuck are we recording this on a Thursday instead of a Wednesday like we always do?
Well, actually, I went to this event yesterday where I met this guy named Sweaty Batman, and he was really cool. And if you want to see a picture of Sweaty Batman, you're going to have to dig through my Twitter feed. But Sweaty Batman was, I mean, he was a ladies' man, clearly, and he also...
He looked a lot like you, only with a Batman mask.
And he was sweaty, and I'm not sweaty. He was Sweaty Batman. He was the city's hero that night. I got invited to downtown Detroit to go to the grand opening of the Edmunds office. Edmunds is a car review and valuing. They do car advice reviews and do values of vehicles. They've been around for a long time, and I was like, oh, cool, I love cars. Let's go talk about cars. And it ended up being most of the management team over there. It was like I didn't see any writers or anybody, any reporters that I wanted to talk to. I was just kind of disappointed about that, but I made some really good connections, and it was just a good evening. So I had to bump the show from yesterday because actually Slugs invited me, so I was like, well, if she's telling me to go, then I gotta go. I gotta listen to her. She's really important. So,
speaking of it, why the fuck did she invite me to the Detroit design crawl at Ghent?
Oh, then you're plugging my plug.
Because I don't know if she knows, but I don't live in Detroit, Michigan, or anywhere close to it. But for some reason, I was invited as well. So.
Well, I think what happened. There were so many people from Santa Monica. I talked to so many people from Santa Monica yesterday that she probably thought like you could just fly into so.
I mean, I could. I'm not going to, but I could.
Why wouldn't you?
Because I don't care about whatever this is.
What if we make something you care about? Can you fly it? I want Sarah. I've known Sarah for 5 years now. I think actually this weekend might be our 5-year anniversary. Maybe it's next weekend. I don't know. But she hasn't met you or Ike in real life, and if you think about it, we've done like 50 episodes a year. That's like 150 episodes. So 150 hours of my life have been spent with you two. And
I actually don't exist. I'm purely a construct.
Well, it's more than 150.
This is episode 248.
Shit.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So we spent like 200 hours together. And my girlfriend has not met either of you guys.
We've spent about 250 hours together in podcast form, not including all the other times we've done stuff. So you are terrible at very basic math.
Oh, I know. I don't do math. I for some reason I was like, yeah, we've only been doing the show for 2 years. Not the case. No,
we've been doing it for 5, which is, I mean, if we were doing it for 2 years and we were at this level, then that would be acceptable. But the fact we've been doing it for 5 or 6 is awful.
Well, we talk about ourselves too much and we don't cover content. So what do you expect? The good stuff goes to the top, the bottom stuff sits here at the bottom in languages. But it's a job. We're like a
it's a living.
It's a living. This is not a living. If this was a living, we couldn't afford to even do the show at all.
Yeah, because Eric's mom pays for it all.
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't be able to pay for power, lighting, internet.
I'm sure Eric might be able to convince his mom.
Hey, Ma, can you buy Joe and Ike a Chromebook so they can keep podcasting? Oh man. So do you plan on what's your social event from now on, Eric?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you gonna do now that you're not going outside for that? Are you just gonna stay inside and eat microwaved hot dogs?
No, I prefer the pepperoni pizza Hot Pockets. But no, I do other things. Like that was just my Wednesday. Like I actually have a social life. I have to shower basically every day of the week.
That's what I'm getting at, man. You started combing your hair. Like, just recently you started combing your hair for the podcast, which means you're doing stuff.
I didn't start combing the hair for the podcast. I started combing my hair because I comb my hair before I leave the house. And Wednesdays were when I was doing when I was doing D&D, so I had to shower beforehand. But Thursday is when I have it's my last improv practice or my improv class at the Nerdist Theater, the back of Meltdown Comics. So I have to go do some improvised comedy with some people.
Huh. Ike, what have you been up to? I'm always asking Eric about stuff. Like, how?
Well, it's funny you should ask what Ike's been up to, because I've been. It's weird that Ike's not saying anything. But anyways, me.
No, I mean, like, the seasons are changing. I got an awful headache and stuff. No, let me talk about me some more too.
Yeah.
Ike, what have you been up to?
Headaches.
Let me tell you a headache. Trying to get Ike to talk over Eric and I. That's a headache.
He won't say a word. I mean, come on. I'll stop talking for 5 seconds, and we'll wait for you to say something. 5 seconds. That's all I like. I can make it a full minute. Watch. I'm gonna stop talking for a full minute, and Ike's not gonna say anything. Yeah, I mean, he's just sitting there not saying anything right now. I clearly have stopped talking right now.
That voice in your head just keeps going and going and going. Ike, please save us.
Well, I'm playing the D&D game with Eric, which I'm looking forward to. And
but I mean, like, do you have anything new set up for the season? It's fall now, right? Is it?
Yeah, well, so because it's a new school and we have a high school opening, my Tuesday nights I'm going to be running a community service program through the school with my students. On Thursday, I'm going to be doing stage crew, so that I can start doing plays in the spring.
So you have successfully made plans for 2 of your days. Do you ever have
3 of my days? And then this day, it's the 4. So it's like Friday nights and Saturday nights are really my only free nights.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Saturday night's Doctor Who. So Friday nights are really my only.
Wait a second, no. That does not count. You cannot say, "Oh, I'm gonna watch TV that night, so the whole night's done."
No, it's just Doctor Who. Like, if you're like, "Oh shit, do you want to go hang out Saturday night?" Like, sorry, Doctor Who, go fuck yourself.
So I have to sit in front of the TV and be disappointed.
Why would you do that? Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't understand.
I'm a Whovian. I can't help it. I mean, my classroom now is decorated with Doctor Who stuff. I have a TARDIS soap dish, a TARDIS this, TARDIS that, posters, everything.
Why do you like?
He's part of the problem, is what the problem. I remember, like it was like a year ago, where I was like, Ike, you might like Doctor Who. You're like, nah, I watched like the first 9 episodes and didn't like it. I was like, oh yeah, then you gave it a good try. Like it's just not for you. And now here he is, like fucking decked out and all the bullshit.
Wait, that happened to you, Ike?
Well, I mean, at first it was like, this is kind of ugh. I haven't watched the original yet. I want to go back, but. Then it started to grow on me, and then they switched doctors, and I was like, oh, this sucks. They made some bad, and then I was like, oh, this one got better. Now they start off with, like, they just introduced a new doctor, and I'm really like, I think the show, people think it's jumped the shark, and I'm kind of tend to agree when they got what's-his-face on there.
What the fuck? Everybody talks about this goddamn show. It's not even good. Get a life, people. Don't waste your Saturdays on Doctor Who. Go play some video games, goddammit.
Speaking of which, been playing a lot of Minecraft, guys.
I saw that.
Yeah, what the hell? Why you like all of a sudden you're like, oh, Microsoft's gonna buy Minecraft. I better start playing it now.
No, I was listening. Somebody recommended I try listening to Dan Harmon's podcast, Harmontown. I did, and it was all right, but I probably won't listen. But he was talking about how he was playing Minecraft, and. I probably every couple of months I come back to it, after a couple of updates. It's interesting to go back and see all the new stuff. And I was like, I haven't played in like 6 months, so I just started doing it. I just dive in, start listening to some podcasts, catching up on whatever Doug Benson podcast or the Comedy Button or whatever I'm behind on, and play Minecraft, dig holes, and go into hell and stuff. And it's always fun. It's a great distraction. You feel like you're getting stuff done. It's a good game. I like how Dan Harmon described it. It's like it's not so much a video game as it's just like a hobby at one point. It's like playing with Legos. It's not even because there's no points, there's no story, there's nothing to it. So it's just this sort of abstract concept basically.
Yeah, everybody keeps telling me like, "Oh, Joe, you love Minecraft. You love Minecraft. You loved Legos so much. You still love Legos. Minecraft's like digital Legos." I'm like, I don't want to play with digital Legos. I want to play with real Legos. With like I want to
Yeah, but
build
digital
this.
Legos are less cost effective, or less costly.
Yeah, and also digital Legos, you can't build a portal to hell and then get a bunch of zombie pigmen to follow you back through, and then just have a bunch of zombie pigmen hanging around your farm, and you're like, okay, you watch my pumpkins and carrots, I'm gonna go back to hell and try and find some nether warts.
Plus, I've had one of my 7th grade students actually makes money off of making stuff on Minecraft and selling it to other people. He's made like $700 or $800.
Wow, that's great.
Which you can't do with Legos.
Yeah, you can.
Not like
There's
that.
there's whole sites devoted to Lego collecting and things like that where you can like I'm sitting there like on my tablet in bed. I'm just like searching through stuff, and I found this like Lego brick exchange site where like all the sites of all the sets that I wanted for my childhood I could buy for like $200 or $300, like all of them. And I was like, this is so tempting.
You could buy Minecraft Pocket Edition for your tablet.
Can I?
Yeah. They have it on tablets and phones and shit. It's not as good as the PC. The PC is still the best platform, in my opinion. But yeah, it's on the Xbox and the PlayStation and the tablets and the iPhones and the Androids and the computers.
If only you could do an opinion of some sort. Wow, Minecraft Pocket Edition, $7. But no, just kidding. I've been playing this game that kind of looked like Minecraft, and hold on, I'm going to tell you what it is in just a second. It has the same kind of art style, but it's a little bit more like Rust, and it is called Unturned, and it's kind of a zombie simulator, and it has kind of a Minecraft style, but
so it's one of the millions of those bullshits that's out on Steam.
Yeah. It was a Steam game, and
at least this one's free to play because there's a shitload of one. There's like Rust. There's the Forest.
Yeah, it's kind of like
whatever thing that's changed its name 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like it's Rust and Minecraft mixed together. But
I'm looking at this. This is DayZ meets Minecraft.
That's exactly what it is. It's DayZ meets Minecraft, and it was kind of fun. I have a good time with that one, but it's only fun when you're co-oping because when you're playing just alone, like, are you in a world alone just doing shit, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to be in a group to have like sort of a group game. That would be a lot of fun. I mean, if we could get to, I've never been able to get the network stuff to work. At least
hosting. It's easy.
Yeah, but because I remember when Minecraft was first in really early alpha. All of us at WoW Radio downloaded it. You could get the demo for free, and it came with the creative mode where you just stack blocks. And we played that for fucking days straight, just building shit with blocks. It was great. And I think it was before Survival was even out yet. It was really early alpha, and I ended up buying it around there for like 12 when it was still like $12. Before I think it's now costs even more than that. They were like, "Hey, buy now before we raise the price." I was like, "Okay." But yeah, I would like to play in a group game. I've occasionally done it, but they've always been like really big games and like with like a couple like 20 people, and I'm like, well, that's not as fun. It's 20 people building just like terraforming. If it were like a group of like 4 of us or like the 3 of us or something like that, 4 or 5 people, that'd be a fun little thing to play.
I played on a server with Strixus and people like a few years ago, but it was a creative server where they had like built like the ship from Mass Effect, and somebody built a giant portal that was
it's called the Normandy, Ike. God.
It's called Suck My Balls, dude. Suck My Balls. And then they're like, you should come play. You can have anywhere you want to build as long as it's not where somebody else's stuff is. I'm like, sweet. Somebody built a little town. So it's like, I'm gonna make like this dwarven stronghold, and I started digging into this mountain. I'm like, I'm gonna have all these cool like rooms and everything. I ended up just leveling the whole top end of this like mountain and building a castle out of it instead. But they kept making it daylight. Like somebody had a hack where they could just make it daylight. So, it's daylight, so I keep working, and then like it got to be like 2 a.m. EST, and everyone else has gone to bed, and I didn't have the code to make it daylight, so I'm just wandering around, and it's getting dark, and I can't see shit, and then I start getting attacked by things. It was fun, though. I'd like to play with more people. I don't think I could ever play alone.
You know, when I was playing that Unturned game, I was playing with my brother, Mikey, and he didn't die at all, right? He's sitting there, he's collecting all the stuff, he has the backpack and everything.
He's 13. He's brilliant at video games, as you are at 13.
Yeah. You're naturally good at it. Like, eventually it'll stop. So anyway, I died like 3 or 4 times, and eventually I was like, God, fuck this. I hate this game. But I'm going to keep playing because I want some brother time with my brother. And so I'm suffering through it. I'm finally getting the hang of it. I'm like, dude, I got the car with gas. Let's go. And I'm running over zombies and helping them get food and cooking shit and planting things. And then he dies once, right? He's like, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore. I'm like, what? Dude, we got to go get your stuff back. Come on, let's go. He's like, nah, I'm kind of over it. Like, once you die, it kind of sucks. I'm like, no shit! Why'd you keep making me play after I died? We could have been doing something else. He's like, nah, it's kind of sucky. You lose all your stuff. I'm like, it's like real life, except you don't really die. You're only mostly dead. Let's go, come on. No, I'm 13.
I get that a lot, because I keep fucking, like, every time, like, I'm just having a really shitty time in Minecraft right now, because I find 3 diamonds, and I'm like, yes! I found my way through, I've got 3 diamonds, and then fucking 5 creepers show up out of nowhere, all blow up simultaneously and kill me. So then I'm like, fuck this. I'm not leaving those diamonds. So I like kit myself out in like really nice armor and weapons. I'm like, I'm gonna go. I fight my way there. I find the diamonds, and then like I fall into a lava pit I didn't see. So then I lose. Fucking everything is gone. I'm like, God, fuck this game. Just keep falling into goddamn lava with shit.
My dudes at work, I work with a bunch of software engineers, and man, like they play the Agrarian Sky mod to hell. Like they have the fusion going. They've done almost everything except make an actual hard drive in game like that other person did. It was great.
I think it was Ed Null or whatever, Strix's friend, made a self-repairing wall in the game where you could break part of it and it would automatically turn on and start building and fill in the gap. So it didn't matter where in the wall you took it out. It would push all the bricks back together again and heal up the wall.
Yeah, I only just like kind of got into that because I was like, oh, I found these nether quartz. What can you make? Oh, sun detector? And then I set up this thing, so I've got these lamps on my really small cottage that turn on when it detects night around. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I mean, they're super dim and stuff, but it's like, oh, I figured something out. I'm a genius.
I'm basically a genius.
Thanks,
these
Minecraft.
guys are telling me. They're like, oh yeah, we made this thing where it like farms the bananas from the trees and then puts them in a box, and that box gets transported and then it gets turned into this ore thing, and then it turns into. I'm like, what the? Minecraft doesn't have any of that stuff. What the hell?
You can build all that. Like I was reading this thing. It's like if you want to farm zombie pigmen, just build an entire like closed thing full of nether portals, and then put a bunch of cactuses in there, and then they'll bounce off the cactus, kill themselves, drop the nuggets in the water. The water travels down this channel, and then deposit this right here, and you get. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No,
I'm just trying to not have my horses drowned in water every time I try and take them anywhere.
I just am trying to figure out how to eat. I'm just
I figured that out. I got a really nice farming setup. I got a nice coop full of chickens and sheep.
Did you get eggs?
Yeah, I get plenty of eggs, but eggs are not that useful because you can't just eat them. I turn them into pumpkin pie because that's about all I can do with them. But it's other things. Yeah.
Don't you stop talking because you got a text message? What the hell's wrong with you? So
I don't know.
Do you know the guy Notch who originally created Minecraft? He's been off Minecraft for a while, and he's been developing a few other games, I think. But
that's one of the things I don't get about. Because Microsoft is trying to buy out Mojang, the creators of Minecraft, and I know Minecraft makes a lot of money, but does it still make money? Like, because it's a one-time purchase, there's no DLC, so does it still make I don't know if it still is making
Minecraft
billions of dollars.
Minecraft still had like 1 million sales like last week.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, it's still
that makes sense.
there's people are still buying it. I think even I think in a day, like daily sales of Minecraft.
Because I was just curious about that. Because I was like, hasn't anyone who wanted it bought it already? But I guess not. I wouldn't be totally surprised if that's not the case. But it just seems like, besides Minecraft, they don't have any active games out. They're working on that game Scrolls, which like Notch is like, I'm making this game because I want to play this game. Nobody wants this game besides me, and like they don't really have anything else going. But that's fine if like
Isn't there one
Minecraft.
called Cobalt or something?
Yeah, there's something else they're working on. He was working on a space game that looked kind of interesting, but then he canceled it.
That's the one. Yeah.
It
So,
was
but
like,
do you like so his first success was humongous. Minecraft is astronomically successful, and so everybody's like, "Oh man, this guy's a fucking genius! This definitely wasn't a one-hit wonder." Notch, what can you get? What do you do next? What do you do next? And he fucking had a mental breakdown. He's like, "I'm out. I'm not developing games anymore." So now he's finally like developing games again. Like what that one-hit wonder thing? Like he's gonna eventually make something again, but do you think it's gonna be as good?
I mean, I don't know, because Minecraft is not an original idea. He took a game that he liked that was kind of incredibly similar to Minecraft, but wasn't as nearly as far as long.
What was it, like Rogueblocks?
I don't remember what it was, but it was like, I think it was like Mine Shaft or something. It was something, and it was very rough.
Craft Mine.
And like the development stopped very early on and stuff. And he's like, I could do something with this, and he did. He turned it into a fucking amazing game. And like I remember watching the Minecraft documentary from a couple of years ago, and it's amazing. Like when he's like first hiring like the first like 8 people, and they've got a really small office, and it's like this like big thing. It's like, oh, we're really doing something. And now it's Minecraft's fucking just everywhere. It's huge.
People make a lifestyle running Minecraft servers. It's crazy. It's
I
awesome.
mean, fucking our mutual friend Terpster from our WoW radio days is employed by people who got their start and still basically make their money by doing YouTube videos about Minecraft.
Right? Yeah. It's amazing.
That's a job for him now. He works on it for he's an employee of YouTubers that make Minecraft videos.
That's true. I mean,
that's amazing.
He's made it. So anyway, I don't know. Like I almost feel bad for Notch, even though he's wildly successful, rich, and famous. I feel like there's so much pressure on him to succeed for his next project. If I was him, I would just invest my money, kick back, and
I think he is. I mean, have you seen? It's not like he drives a sports car and wears $1 million jacket. He still dresses like a Icelandic hobo. He dresses like a nice hobo. He's got a nice coat and a fedora on, and he's not like wasting his money. It doesn't seem like. I think he doesn't ever have to work a day in his life.
Right.
And that's why I like he works on games he wants to make. Like Scrolls looks like it's a card game that's super complicated, and he'd probably make some other games that are just passion projects, which I think would be the key to his success in the future, is not try and recreate Minecraft or make the next big thing, just because he wasn't trying to make a big thing. He was just trying to make a game that he wanted to play. So if he just continues to do that, he will probably be successful. He will never be as successful as he was with Minecraft. I don't think that that's a too crazy of a prediction for me to make, but I don't think he's ever going to run out of money.
Eric is a total asshole. Did you hear what he said, Ike?
I did. But I would expect nothing less from Eric.
What an asshole.
What?
What?
Did you never make a game as successful as Minecraft? I don't think that's an asshole.
That's a terrible thing.
I think it's not a terrible thing to say. Minecraft that's like saying there's never going to be an MMO as popular as World of Warcraft. And I was saying that for years.
That's also a terrible thing to say.
It's true. There's yet to be one that's ever been as popular as World of Warcraft, and there never
is a
will
really
be.
long time. That's so short-sighted to say never.
No, I would agree with Eric on both of these things. Like when you set the bar so high for yourself, it is hard for a lot of people to beat it. It doesn't mean that it won't grow old and people are ready to move on, but it also doesn't mean that these things are easily defeated. And I think you see the same thing with some actors, like the kid who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones. He said he's glad, spoilers, that his character died and that he doesn't think he's going to go back to acting ever again, or at least for a really long time. Mainly, because a lot of
everybody thinks that kid's a twat now because
that's one reason, but he also
Exactly.
had my experience. I'm ready to move on.
If he walked into a job interview and anybody saw Game of Thrones, they'd be like, "Get the fuck out, you asshole!"
Well, no, I mean you look at people like Matt Groening, creator of The Simpsons, the most successful American television series ever made.
What's
and
The Simpsons?
He made Futurama, which in my opinion I think I like a little better than The Simpsons.
We covered
at
this
times.
like 2 shows ago.
But he's never going to make another Simpsons. He will never make anything as popular as The Simpsons was or is. It's just never going to happen. Futurama is an amazing show, but it was never going to be as big as The Simpsons.
Why you gotta go shit all over his parade? You know,
I'm not shitting.
You know what? That's the thing. Notch is so cool because he doesn't even want he never even wanted the success. The thing just happened around him, and I think he was right place, right time, and right idea, obviously. But so the success that's built up around him, and he was just not asking for this kind of astronomical fame or fortune. And it's so great to see somebody who's just all passion and substance rather than like a bunch of fucking hyperbole and nothing. I don't know. The tip of the hat to him.
Well, I respect his sort of indie nature that he has, that he's always been very sort of aloof and just in it for making the games he wanted to make, and that's great. I don't think he's like
ultra indie. He's like, no, fuck big companies. I hate them.
No, because he partnered with Microsoft for the 360 version of Minecraft and possibly going to sell his company to them.
He stepped down. He's not doing that stuff. He
stepped away from actively developing Minecraft. He's no longer the lead developer. He handed that off, but he's still involved in the company, working on other games. But yeah, he seems like a cool dude, and he doesn't need me. I don't think anything I've said saying that Matt Groening's never going to make something as popular as The Simpsons isn't an assholey thing. It's the truth. Because The Simpsons is so fucking popular. There's no way he could ever suppress it. That's inherently saying that he made something so brilliant and so groundbreaking that nothing could ever reach that height. That's not a dick thing to say.
So Notch is just a developer. He's a badass developer, but the CEO of Mojang is not he's not like the lead shareholder of this company and stuff.
I think that's kind of the he is. I think
no, he's not. I just fucking googled it. It's Karl Manahanin or something. It's a Finnish name or Swedish. Yeah, it's Swedish. So yeah, he's not that's what I'm saying. He's like I did this thing. It's fucking huge. It scares the shit out of me. I can't believe it got so big. I just want to develop games. Leave me the fuck alone. Here, somebody else do the business side of things. And then his company's gonna get sold to Microsoft for $2 bazillion.
Yeah, it's gonna. I think they said $2 billion, which is unfortunate because that's $500 million more than Notch's net worth.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking up at Wikipedia, he's apparently worth $1.5 billion.
Just sit around. Man, if I did that, I would do something like an X Prize. I'd be like, first man to Mars. We're gonna do this thing. I would. Well,
that's one amazing. Of the cool things is he is kind of that guy. Just like I don't need all this money, and I certainly can't spend it all. So I remember when Tim Schafer's wanted to redo, I think it was Grim Fandango, but he's like, no one will give us the money, and Notch was like, I'll give you the money. That didn't end up happening, but Notch is like, I want you to make that game. Yeah, I'll give you the money.
It's but for him, $100,000 is bending over on the street and picking up a nickel for us. We're oh, nickel, oh, fuck yeah, oh, a quarter, hell yeah. That's a quarter for Notch is $20,000, for him is a quarter to us. That's how rich he is. That's how fucking nuts it is. But So like, yeah, he's like spotting his friend Tim. He's like, Tim, yeah, let me just pick up the tab here for dinner. Here's $100,000.
$10 million, whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, no. Wait, did you say 2 million or 3 million? You know, like.
Not that it matters. You know what? Take 5 just in case.
Here, take 5, and you just, you get me next time.
Yeah.
Like, if I was rich like Notch, I would fly you to Detroit and then buy you everything you want, Eric and Ike. And you know what?
Why don't you fly to Los Angeles?
No, I want you guys to come here. Fuck you. Come over here and make your decision then. So, no, I'd fly you over here and then I'd buy you anything you wanted and we'd have a great time. But the stipulation is you'd have to call me Daddy all the time after I buy you. Like if I buy you like a fucking chicken nugget, you get the chicken nugget, and I'm like, what do you say? And you gotta be like, thank you. And I'm like, say it, and like, Daddy. And I'm like, say it like you mean it. Thank you, Daddy. And then that would the only thing you need to do. That's it. That's all I require. Is that weird?
You wonder why I haven't been to Michigan in 7 years. I went there once.
Did I make you
Never
say
again.
thank you, Daddy? Because we were doing that back then too.
No, I don't think so, because I was paying for, like you suggested, so I paid for everything.
Oh yeah, I was like, yeah. Why don't you pay for everything, Eric? That's
no,
cool.
I just paid for myself. I was like, no, I got my breakfast McGriddle. It's okay, I can handle.
Like, no, let me buy you a McGriddle, Eric.
No, I think I'll have my big boy burger or whatever.
Say the words. Say the words. I think it was White Castle.
No, we had White Castle. We also had, like, I remember when I flew in, the first thing you made me go was that what is it, Big Boys or whatever?
Dude, I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I was such an idiot back then.
You're like, it's like a Big Mac but with Thousand Island dressing. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
but
thanks for
liked
showing me the shitty food, Joe.
Yeah, but White Castle was good. What I really liked was Einstein Bagels. I wish we had that over here.
I'm so sorry. There's so many better places now. I look back at that trip. I'm like, I didn't even show him the actual city. I just drove through some fucking suburbs.
Yeah,
like,
we actively drove around Detroit in a way where I never saw even like a skyscraper. And also Chicago. We skirted around Chicago, so I didn't get to see any of Chicago either.
That wasn't my fault. That's because Cad lives in fucking butt nut nowhere.
Yeah.
Ike, have you ever been over this way?
Not by you. I've been over by Eric for, BlizzCon.
God damn it. You said the
I know.
word.
I had to figure out how to work it in here somehow, and you just walked right into that one.
It keeps happening.
But I was born in Arizona, so I've been from Arizona all the way up as we drove over, and from here down to Florida.
All the way to Tacoma, Philadelphia.
I haven't been anywhere near Michigan, which is why I was still planning maybe April break for me.
I think that's kind of perfect.
And since Eric doesn't fucking do anything, maybe Eric can also carve out some time. We could, do a live JCE on one screen all together.
That sounds awful. Don't do that.
That's
Like even if we were all in the same like proximity,
the only time
you go in that room, set it just like the way
that was. I remember one of the BlizzCons we went to, the second one, or no, the third one. Me and Joe did a live podcast and I'm in the same room, but we weren't facing each other because of the way that the computers were. So I had my back to him the entire time while we were live. We're like, we're in the same room. He's probably behind me. I don't know. I can't look at him because I'm at the desk and he's over there. So
we need to get some topics on this show and stop talking about memories.
Here's a topic for you that I realized because I figured there's nothing that ever goes on Facebook that's like, don't click on this if, and then you're like, well, whatever, Facebook's pretty safe. So I made that mistake and clicked on a link that's like, if you got a weak stomach, don't click on this, of some Mexicans doing something. And I clicked on it, and was these 4 women who were being surrounded by a bunch of Mexican men in hockey masks, and the women had their chest exposed, and the dudes were saying something. They didn't have a translation, but all of a sudden they just slit the throats of the 4 women, and they take an axe and proceed to hack their heads off and start cutting their legs off.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, wow, when Facebook says don't click on something, apparently sometimes it really means
that
don't
does
click
not
on
happen.
something.
No. What did you can fucking stumble on Mexican drug lord tube?
Yeah, it was like, well, the whole thing was one of the few Obama as hating people that are related to me are like, this is what Obama will happen if Obama opens up or doesn't open up the border. I think it was opens up the border. These Mexicans will come across. These are the messages they have to deliver to us if we don't open the border. And they just cut these 4 women to pieces.
What the fuck, dude? Like, why would you talk about that?
Because you were just talking about, being fat.
So you're gonna bring up fucking people getting hacked to pieces?
Well, I got you talking about something, didn't I?
That's fucking terrible! What's wrong with you? You sick bastard!
At some point, I clicked on Eric's screen, so he's just the main person I've been staring at this whole time. So he's laughing. That's all that really matters.
I'm just like you guys, like you describing your disgust and Joe actively showing his disgust. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. There are people who don't spend as much time on 4chan as I do, so they haven't become desensitized to actual real life violence yet.
No,
so,
I mean, I've been to
right.
Faces of Death. I've seen stuff like this, but I wasn't expecting fucking Facebook. Facebook's like ice bucket challenges and kids.
Yeah,
babies
it's like,
trip
don't
and
click
fall.
on this video of the ice bucket challenge. You're gonna be really grossed out. And it's like a mom like throws ice on her head and then like
Her boobs
throws
fall
up
out.
a little.
Then
Yeah,
a couple of Mexican drug cartels slice her throat.
Yep.
they take her organs and then sell them on the black market.
You had 24 hours and you didn't do it.
This is awful. Why would you do this? These people. If only there was a hero to save us.
Yeah. Or you could just do what I do and become dead inside as a human being.
Just keep watching.
I honestly,
you can't
I don't
feel
suggest
anything.
it. Yeah, I don't suggest it. It's not a good thing. You shouldn't be like me. I'm not a role model.
I don't know. Sometimes I question though, because I'm like, I wouldn't mind being at home all day. Not
It's
working.
good. Yeah, it's fun.
I only worry about the day, Eric, not to be depressing that your mom passes away. I hope you have enough saved up.
Dude, you better have a fucking
I'm not gonna-
plan.
Have you seen the way I live? I'm not gonna.
Well, I think you've come accustomed to a certain level.
Like microwave hot dogs and $5 gaming sessions, dude.
Yeah, I'm not gonna outlive her, and if I do, it won't be by much.
Eric, I want to be your new dad when your mom dies. I'm not saying.
I think Joe just said he wanted to pay for you to.
I want to be your dad. You don't even have to call me daddy. Come live with me, Eric. Oh my gosh. I want to show you a picture of me at this Edmonds event being sweaty Batman. So this picture here, and for the podcast listeners, I'll put it on the site. You can see the sweat drizzling down my fat chest. It was awful and it was hot, and but then Sweaty Batman showed up and then hung out with my girlfriend and her friend, and then that was cool. So check it out, Sweaty Batman. I'm just showing a picture. But so we're at dinner.
How is this any less grotesque than me talking about women getting their heads cut off with an axe?
You shut up. So that is actually, this is more grotesque. We're at dinner and we have like this photo on the table of Sweaty Batman and the two girls. And
sounds like a bad porn movie.
It is. So the guy that's serving us was like, "Oh, cool, Batman! I love Batman." And then he was like, "I'm like, yeah, what's up? Who do you like, Mr. Freeze?" And he was like, "No." And then he tried to do a Bane voice, but he did it like all wrong. And he didn't even like cover his mouth. He's like, "No, I like Bane." I'm like, "You mean you like Bane?" And
you have to do it halfway. You don't cover the entire mouth, but just a little. Batman.
I need to work on my Bane accent.
But so like, and then we realized like people that do the Bane accent, they don't do the mouth cover. That's fucked up. I even heard this thing on the radio. They were having a competition, and it's like, call in and do your best Bane impression. And everybody's calling in and just being like, "Hey, I'm Bane, and I talk like this." Rah. I'm like, what the fuck, people? At least talking to a cup or something. Batman, I've stuffed all the cups and the sausages in the subway. Like, Here, let's see his picture of Eric. Oh, wow, Batman! It's
I
like
thought we were showing off pictures of us dressed as Batman.
Yeah. Ike, don't you have your picture? Don't you have your Batman?
Where's your picture of you dressed as Batman, Ike?
No, can't say I got one.
No.
Come on, Ike.
I'll work on that.
What a loser! He
I
doesn't have a
can't-
picture of himself dressed as Batman?
Yeah, like, look at this guy's the hero that Detroit deserves.
Yeah.
Sweaty Batman. It's my new favorite superhero.
He's hard to grab. Like in a
He's so
fight,
slippery.
you just slide off of him. That's his
Oh
superpower.
man, what's that smell?
That's him working to his advantage. That's like Dark
Yeah.
Knight. That's like Dark Knight Returns level Batman shit, where he's like, I'm too old to fight this guy. He's in the prime of my condition. But when you're fighting in 2 feet of mud, everyone's at a disadvantage. So he fights the guy in a like giant pile of mud, so that even though he's old and not as fast as the guy, nobody's fast when they're fighting in mud, so he can actually fight him. So you're just like I may be out of shape, but no one likes grappling with a guy who's really sweaty. So I'm gonna wear a lot of wool.
That's it. I'm always
He's very itchy. He's always like, it's worth it.
I'm not itchy when I sweat, but sweating.
I'm
not
not.
wearing a
Ugh, do I have to get near him? Ugh.
Sweaty Batman.
It's like, Batman, you've saved the day. Oh, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
Batman. Think about showering. Ugh.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, he'll give you the key to the city or some shit. Oh, go home,
There's a
Batman.
key to the bathroom in the city and take a damn shower.
Is there stagnant water somewhere? Hello?
Yeah. Batman, you've saved the city. Did someone shit in my office? It smells of shit in my office.
No. Sweaty Batman.
Yeah, I'd love the idea that he smells horrible, but also nobody ever figures out that it's him.
Yeah, because it's Batman. Like, he wouldn't be sweaty or stinky. He's just like a pretty girl. You can't blame anything on sweaty Batman. Driving in the car, people stuck in a tunnel. It's like, what's that smell? We're being poisoned.
Better call Batman. No, don't.
Bruce Wayne, the Court of Owls has judged you at... Oh, what is that? Oh, is it because we're in the tunnels? Oh, what? Did the human croc die in somebody's asshole? Like,
There's like an anti-hero named Febreze that's actually Sweaty Batman's worst enemy.
Oh,
you're gonna take away my only advantage.
Oh, it smells like the inside of Bane's luchador mask in here.
It sounds more like Stinky Batman.
Yeah.
And then they try to grab him, and then he just never gonna catch me. Just never gonna catch me. So watch out, criminals! Sweaty Batman is here. But where was he when those girls got killed? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
That's
Not taking a shower. Anyways, it's time we stop talking about this horse shit like smelly Batman in Dungeons and Dragons and start plugging each other.
Yes.
My plug for this week, I am going to go with, first up, it's a video on YouTube that I thought was really interesting called What the Fuck Happened to PG-13? It's a really interesting video talking about the inception of the PG-13 rating in movies and how that's really fucking changed. How, like, before PG-13, like things with like death and boobs would be PG because and then PG-13 was what a lot of movies that are now would have been PG-13 back in the day, and it's just a really interesting thing to talk about.
I just saw The Giver, and that was rated PG-13, and
I got shitty reviews.
I liked The Giver. I liked the book The Giver, and I thought the movie was okay. I thought the movie was better than okay. I thought it was great.
Well, let's look at your track record of things that you like that other people found good taste. Maybe other than Sarah, probably not much.
Well, at least I got something right. Anyway, I might not have anything right. Anyway, well, whatever. We'll talk about The Giver.
We fail English.
We for English. Well, let's just do plugs. I forgot to talk about something really important this week, and I totally forgot. So Can we talk about it after plugs? Okay, cool. But not that long. My plug for this week is the Detroit Design Crawl at Gensler. It is the link is in the show notes on justcoolenough.com. Go check it out. If you can make it, it would be really great. Especially
Eric
if you
will be
live.
there.
Eric's coming for sure. But it's gonna be at Gensler. It's on like the 17th floor of a awesome building in downtown Detroit. You can overlook Canada. It's just an amazing place to be. So, and also there's gonna be some really cool stuff like prizes and guitars and a band and a fucking raffle, and it's gonna be about design and Detroit and cool stuff. So go check it out. The link's in the show notes at justcoolenough.com. Ike, what do you got?
Go on YouTube and look up. We'll go with
Sweaty Batman.
no. It is
Don't
Batman
click the link
related.
that Ike's gonna link to you.
No, it's the Batman from College Humor. No, what was it? Yeah, you check out
Pete
Batman and
Holmes.
Superman.
Yeah, the
Compare
Pete
them.
Holmes, the Pete Holmes bad man.
Yeah, no, we talked about it before, but still worth.
Yeah,
Check it
it's
out.
funny. Also, because I'm narcissistic like that, you can check out the latest sketch from my sketch team Hate Mail called "The Women of Silver Lake Discuss Current Events." It's actually on Just Cool Enough's website if you want to see that, or on Funny or Die, and you can check it out and watch it. I thought it was really good. Written by Heather, one of the girls in it, and then I kind of directed it and then edited it. So I think it turned out really well. I was happy with it.
I think it turned out pretty well. Let's not give you too much credit here, Eric, but you should totally watch it.
Also, if one of our sketches, which I probably plugged, called "Let Me Talk to Your Parents," is going to be on. There's this Fox show called Laughs this Saturday, and they show sketches from the internet, and they're showing one of our sketches. So if you happen to be watching Fox this Saturday from 11 to midnight, you might catch one of our sketches on there. So that'd be cool.
It's called "Let Me Talk to Your Parents."
That's the name of the sketch.
Who is it on the Hate Mail channel?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna look it up. So I just want to apologize to both of you guys because I did see Guardians of the Galaxy and it was pretty awesome, and the raccoon made total sense. So I'm sorry. I want to end the show on a note here, of friendship, holding hands, and touching magical purple beans, and just say, I'm sorry, Eric.
Infinity Stone. It's an Infinity Stone.
It's a purple candy, a purple shiny jelly bean, and it was a good movie. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to let you know that. So,
thanks for letting me know. Now that you've told me it's good, I'll go see it.
Asshole.
Anyways, that's the show for this week. You can always check out what we're doing on the website, justcoolenough.com, or you can email us at theshow@justcoolenough.com, because we like talking to you via email. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'm at Duncor, D-U-N-C-O-R, right here, or Mostly Shit on Instagram.
Or you could always send Eric a Snapchat by Snapchatting.
He loves pictures of food, Snapchats of food.
Just Cool Enough on Snapchat.
Yes. Soon he'll be able to
send me pictures of dogs.
Yeah, send all the bitches. Send the pictures of the bitches to Eric, and we mean female dogs, because Eric is a fan of puppies.
Bitches like dogs.
That's the end of the show. Go home.
No, you're supposed to plug your Twitters. I guess that's the end. So thank you guys so much for listening. Have a wonderful weekend, and fuck off.
I don't want to plug my Twitter.
So good, because you can't. The show's over now.
I'm not going to talk about Speedy F40 on Twitter.
No, I've already faded out, so it's fine.
No, don't fade out yet. Fade it back up.
No,
it back on.
No, it can't. It's gone.
Ike, you didn't even do your plug.
Yeah, I did.
Man, I missed out.
Yeah. Where have you been? You're like, holy shit, I didn't even know we were doing the show tonight. I've been blacked out.
When did we start the show?
We're doing a show right now? I thought we were just talking. I thought you guys were just my friends and you wanted to hear about my day.
No.
No.
I hate you guys. I don't want to hear about your day.
All right.
Talk to you
I
later.
gotta-
No, wait. What was the important thing? Did you mention the important thing? And I was checked out at that point. I thought there was something
I
important.
was apologizing
He
for...
saw a
Oh, that's
fucking
the
movie.
important thing. That wasn't important. I didn't fucking care about that shit.
It was like the...
I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, I need a kidney transplant.
No,
and
it was like...
I had a
why would
stroke. I'd be like,
why
oh,
would If I wanted people...
I need a kidney, and you two are the only ones compatible.
Yeah, if I
I
wanted
need two
people to
kidneys.
know...
and you two are the only two that are compatible.
I've done the math. I'm very good at basic math, so obviously I can do these advanced calculations. Yes, you guys are the only matches in the world. Can please one of you give me a kidney? Like, Joe, get fucked. You're an asshole. No one likes you. Go away. And that's how the show reached new heights of popularity.
Did you see that podcast where they let that guy die on air?
Guys, please send me something. I need it.
They're talking about those Mexican cartel guys. That was scary shit. But those guys actually let him die right there on air from kidney failure.
You
He
guys
just
are worse
peed
than
himself and fell over.
Yeah, it just got jaundice.
Kidney failure is not funny. All right, I know a guy who's dying of kidney failure right now, so stop
You
it.
gotta go get yourself checked out, baby. You might be his only chance or so.
You know, I'm going to, but only if it gets really dire.
You just said he was dying. Yeah, but only like really dying, not like maybe kind of dying.
I did register as a donor, so if I do die, they can take my kidney, and then maybe it'll get to him.
See, my girlfriend's afraid to do that. She thinks that if she gets like a car accident where they could save her, but they find out she's a donor, that they'll let her die so they can give her kidney to somebody else.
That's whatever. Who cares? If
Yeah.
I mean, it's your time to go. Your time to
Well,
go.
I'm gonna go eat steak.
Speaking
so
of
fuck you
time to
guys.
go,
I'm almost done with my character sheet, and he's done anyway.
see you, dude.
No fitness pals this week?
I'm never doing Fitness Pals again. We're still live. We can do Fitness Pals right now.
No, if you want to go, we can go. I don't want to force you. It's been a while.
It's been a while. We're still doing the August 18th thing, or
October?
October 18th.
Yeah, the August 18th thing. You missed it, dude. I won.
No, I won.
Yeah, the October 18th thing, especially because I have $75 riding on it.
You better get on it, dude. All right, talk to you later.
Hey, did you see the new iWatch?
It's pretty cool.
No, you didn't. It can do everything that the Fitbit can do.
I know I'm probably going to get one of those, but I need an iDevice first, so it just depends on
Well,
my work.
they just announced the 6th, and
I know. I'm waiting for my work to... I've been holding off to ask for an upgrade until the iPhone 6 was released because they're finally upgrading my BlackBerry to a...
yeah, that's for 6 Plus.
Yeah, well, I am gonna ask for a 6 Plus. I'm like, I got big hands, and I would actually use the capability of the screen. Can you please give me, please,
The
please?
iPhone was too small to take pictures of my dick and send it on Twitter, but this new one should be able to cover the size.
Well, yeah, only because of its massive resolution. It's gonna be able to zoom in with its optics, its actual optics, and with image stabilization, it won't focus on any pubes.
Yeah, it won't look all blurry like last time. You know how hard it is to jerk it, try to take a picture at the same time and have that shit not come out blurry?
Talk to you later, man.
See you later.
I'm gonna
By
end the
way,
broadcast.
You
I
didn't
was
even call me. I've been 2 days and I didn't have anything put on Fitbit. I mean on Fitness Pal. It was blank. 2 days, Joe. You were supposed to get on top of that. I shouldn't always have to pester you.
I like when you pester me. It makes me feel you wanted. I should.
Yeah,
I
but
want the
it's
same
supposed
for
to be
you.
a team effort, Joe. And I feel like there's a me in team, Joe.
And it's
No
you.
I in team, but apparently there's a me, and that's how I feel about this team.
You're the me. It's a podcast about things me like. Talk to you later.
See you later.
Wait, it says continue broadcasting.